Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on a Friday. Tito, Bobby Carpenter, Bodie Wells with you. Thank you for tuning in.
The baseball playoffs are over.
Say, Bob, that's
good.
Will we talk about baseball again this calendar year? Will we talk about baseball again this calendar year?
Is Pedro going to fight Zimmerman again?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what it would take, right?
Zimmerman alive.
Ooh, I think Zimmerman's dead. Check
no,
the gerbil.
He's not.
He's not?
He went to the Queen.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
He had a tea time, not T-E-E.
You're right, that's
T-E-A.
Gotcha, T-E-A. You're right. That's
tea
fair.
time with the Queen.
I'm not sure if Zim's nickname was Gerbil by Bill Lee, who hated him as a manager.
Gerbil.
The Gerbil. That's what he called him. Little Gerbil.
Did Richard Gere call him that too?
That's that one, Poppy. I'm not really sure. But you know what? Let's do this. Before we start getting into the sports talk. I thought about this, Bobby, for a long time last night. I spent more time.
Did you get some food? You're going to taste it on the air.
Listen, no, I didn't do that. Hey, look, that's other shows. We're not at that level yet.
Bodie said it was more his speed.
Listen, I have a question for both of you. I want you to think about it long and hard for 3 seconds.
Oh.
I don't want to see a movie that's titled that. Nonetheless, I give you a choice. Whose life would you rather have? Or have had, or have already lived? Roger Staubach. Okay?
The gerbil.
No, not the gerbil. Roger Staubach.
It's full
Captain
commercial
Clutch,
real
they call him.
estate.
Yes.
I call him Captain America.
Captain America. Okay.
Give him a shield.
I'm glad you said that right there because that will make the question even funnier. His life or Charlie Sheen's? Which life would you rather have?
So you're asking me, would I rather have a life of achievement, dedication, service, sacrifice?
Or Roger Staubach? Oh, wait, you were talking about Roger Staubach.
Yeah, that was actually Roger.
Or
a life of pleasure, success, self-indulgement.
Survival?
The
married to Denise Richards for a while?
Burning of relationships, burning of emotional, of all of the emotional credibility.
You say that, but it's still up in the air on which way you're going to go.
And have HIV, allegedly.
Well, he beat it. He beat HIV. That's what it feels like.
I would definitely rather be Roger Staubach.
If we were off...
I'm fairly certain that today Roger Staubach is wealthier than Charlie Sheen as well.
Oh, there's your poll question, Bode. Who's got more? Who's wealthier? Okay, Bob. But if you and I are not on the radio...
Well, Charlie Sheen may have spent more than
he's
Roger
earned more.
Staubach.
He's earned more, yes. He may have lost more. He's also earned more.
You know what? Someone once told me $1's worth nothing until you spend it.
If we are in an establishment
Think about that one, Bodie.
where they serve libations, would you have the same answer?
Yeah.
Bodie?
Yep, ditto.
Staubach?
Yep.
Bodie's a huge Cowboys fan. Getting a chance to win two Super Bowls for the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
Feels impossible.
I mean,
it's a bit of pipe dream.
Which is more likely that you have that? What's the vibranium shield that you can throw, or that you win 2 Super Bowls for the Cowboys?
Winning 2 Super Bowls.
Both seem equally as challenging.
Guards fell to the Tigers 6-3. They are now eliminated. So yeah, baseball season's over for Ohio. 49ers over the Rams 26-23.
Hey,
and
don't be sad that it was gone. Be happy that it was there.
That's right. And
I was happy I took the Niners last night.
You did. You did take the Niners, didn't you?
I wish I would have taken them straight up and put money on it. You know why? Because that Yahtzee that's there on that comes on before us said take the Rams, no doubt.
Oh.
The Niners are beat up, whatever. This
no
guy,
way.
I'm like listening. I'm like, you have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm
like, have you ever watched Kyle Shanahan? They may lose, but they're not going to be bad.
Kyle Shanahan could take the 3 of us and probably have pretty good quarterback play.
I can really wing it.
So if he's going to run Christian McCaffrey into the ground, get him hurt, don't do it. Don't do it. Or
we're going to be 4-1.
Yeah.
Couple of
multiple injuries all season.
The fumble by Kyron Williams, the missed extra point, and then getting stopped on 4th and 1. Did you agree with the decision to go for it? 4th and 1 overtime.
I would have
gone for
go
it too?
for the win. No, I don't know. I would have probably just snuck.
Green Bay's a bunch of cowards.
I just would have snuck Stafford.
Yeah. Just done
I mean,
that.
there was 3 minutes left. Like, you kicking the field goal doesn't assure it's a tie. I mean,
It doesn't, right. You still have to stop.
There was
49.
time.
Yeah, they still have time.
But I would have went for the win, and I would have probably just snuck Stafford.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, very unlikely win.
Or maybe just dropped him back and thrown it.
Jason Stark.
I mean, you got Puka Nakua out there.
Yeah.
Lene's brother, he can disappear like the best of them. His sister.
Jason Stark, who is...
You never thought they were related, did you, buddy?
I didn't put two and two
He's
together.
Manti Te'o's brother-in-law.
Jason Stark wrote for ESPN for a long time now as the Athletic baseball writer. He does a column
They fired Stark?
He was with the Athletic. He's not ESPN. One of the guys got chopped off at one point in time. And
Chopped off.
Well, that sounds violent. He
Cut me down in my prime. Damn alligator bit my hand off.
By the way,
have you seen that one?
I've seen Happy Gilmore.
Just the classics.
Yeah. Bodie, I found out the other day, by the way,
wouldn't let me play on the
practice,
pro tour.
that
I'm sorry, because you were black. Hell no. Damn alligator bit my hand off. Cut me down. Oh, my gosh.
Carpenter's 9-year-old kid has more social media awareness than I do. Like, he's got a bigger...
He's definitely seen of the
movies.
catalog of Sandler
Yes.
and Farley. I think he's got it off like
Good for him. Yeah.
He makes a
tripled up.
comment in
Tripled
practice.
up.
He makes a comment in practice. I'm like, Bob, what's that from? And then Caleb tells me what it's from because he made the reference. And I was like, I haven't seen that one yet.
We're talking about taking handoffs. And
That's
he's
what it
like,
was.
you want to have your inside elbow up, you
Yes.
chomp down like an alligator. And
Caleb does some...
what did he make? He made an alligator reference out of
Yes.
Waterboy. And I was
Right.
like, what's that?
What's that?
I've never seen Waterboy. So
And he's like, it's from water. I'm like, you looked over.
Mama says alligators.
That's
are
what
so
he said.
angry.
That's what he said. It's something my
That's what
mama
he
said
said.
alligator.
Yes, that is what he said.
And then I'm like, he looked over. I was like, looked at him weird. I'm like, you don't know that reference?
I don't wanna
Are
make
you
it-
serious?
I don't want to make this weird or uncomfortable, Bobby, but I think you need to hang out like with your son a little more often, watching movies and stuff.
He's got a pretty good catalog. Didn't
I
he?
know. I'm sure he does.
He's got a shirt that says Tommy Won't Wingy. Do you know what that's from?
Yeah, that's from Tommy Boy, dude.
Okay,
Classic.
just making
Look,
sure.
when your son dropped it, that's what she said in one of our practices. I can't remember what the reference was. I lost my
He
mind.
throws it out there a lot. It hits about half the time. He's
Right.
like Carmelo Anthony.
It's all right.
He's never met a shot he wouldn't take.
It's like
but-
the Nard dog.
Yeah.
Beer me. What? Hand me that water. Whenever I want something, I just say beer me. Get to laugh like a quarter of the time.
What the hell? Let's get smarter after I dumbed it down.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
We should have Caleb come in and do Today in History at some point to make me
probably
smarter.
could.
Yeah, I'm sure he could.
I'm still working on my kids. The surrendering of World War, or surrendering of the American Revolution and Civil War. Once we can get those two triangulated in of who and where, Yorktown, Appomattox, Lee and Cornwallis,
Appomattox.
When you drop the hip-hop-appomattox
Yes,
on
I'm
us.
telling you. I just don't
Do you
touch
even
the
get
liberty
that
bell.
reference?
No. Hip-hop-appomattox, what's it from? Where we're at here.
Went over my head, too.
There.
Hip-hop,
Bam.
hip-hop anonymous. You always give him the easy ones. Rob Schneider, Big Daddy.
Never saw Big Daddy.
Haven't seen it in a very long time. I've seen it multiple times. I think
You don't
probably.
really
He's
mind
trying
it.
to.
There we go.
Don't make fun of him. It's not his fault he can't read. It's the food delivery guy in New York, Rob Schneider. All right, this date, Friday. Dude, I love a good Friday. October 3rd, the 276th day of the year. 89 days remaining in this 2025. Almost over.
Tomorrow's Irvin, 88. Well, who's an 89? Who's a famous 89?
You probably get a good tight end.
Yeah.
Okay, was it Dwight Clark?
Was Fasano,
89?
or Fasano, 89?
He was
With Notre Dame?
I don't know. He was 80 when we were in Dallas.
I'll find one.
You look up some big famous 89s. I know
will.
there's some out there. There might
88,
be.
Sorry.
88's Irvin.
Gosh, there might be a receiver. It wasn't maybe Risen. I want to say like Jimmy Smith or someone like
Steve
that.
Tasker.
I'll take Steve Tasker.
Gino Marchetti from the he's a Pro Football Hall of Famer. But yeah, that's fine.
This date 1789. George Washington proclaims Thursday, the 26th of 1789, Thanksgiving. And then you fast forward that bad boy about 70 years. The last Thursday in November is declared the Thanksgiving by Abraham Lincoln. Which is why we kind of drift around it now. It's a floating
13?
holiday. What?
Lincoln.
Are you being serious, Clark?
I don't know what numbers. I just threw it out there.
Come on, man.
15,
One more.
17, 16.
There you go.
Cheesy Pete's. Andrew Johnson was 17 because he took over for Lincoln, who was
Lincoln.
16. There's a handful that you should always know Lincoln.
Okay, but
Yeah.
technically two-term, right?
He was elected twice.
Yeah, but you call it
serve both.
two-term?
Didn't make it all the way.
Okay, so he's a
This date, 1919.
asterisk.
The Cincinnati Reds, Adolfo Luque becomes the first Latin American born player to play in the World Series. This day, 1920, the first NFL games are held. Get those quad boxes going back then, just locked on in all day. This day, 1952, Britain successfully tests a nuclear weapon, becoming the third nuclear power in the world. 1970, the baseball umps strike in Major League for the first time. And then on this date, 1990...
An umpire almost died yesterday at the hand of the Padres, I think.
Oh, really?
Oh, there was I think it was Bogarts was up to bat.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was the ninth inning, too. Down 2. Pretty brutal missed strike 3 call. And there was a video after the game of the umps going down in the visitor dugout. And there was some tension, some very high tension, a little bit of pushing
tension.
and shoving. Yeah, San
pushing
Diego
and
was
shoving.
not-
I like
a little
it.
bit. Yeah, kind of not like
Just
fighting,
chesting, yeah.
but yeah, guys, contact. We had some body contact.
I
in
like
there.
it.
Not Malice at Palace, Rumble at Wrigley.
Not quite.
What are
no.
they going to do? Suspend you for the playoffs? Like, if you lose the game,
Done
I
for the
mean,
rest of the year.
kind of out there. You're not worried about next season. This date, 1995, a big
Yes.
day. Maury Povich came in. Him and Lance Ito read the verdict together. O.J. Simpson, you are not guilty.
All right, Mr. Simpson, would you please stand and face the jury? Mrs. Robertson.
Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles. In the matter of the people of the state of California versus Orenthal James Simpson, case number BA097211. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information. Superior Court of the State of California, County of Los Angeles, in the matter of the people of the State of California versus Orenthal James Simpson. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Ronald Lyle Goldman, a human being, as charged in count 2 of the information.
Okay, what's stupid about that,
What a
Bob?
world.
A couple things are stupid about that. The first one is,
Who's guilty?
no, yeah. Well, first of all, yes, like Norman Dog said, murder is now legal in the state of California after that verdict. But also, just read the damn verdict. You don't have to go through the whole thing. A human being.
That is reading the verdict. There's formal charges. This is
understand.
the United States. This isn't Rome where they just give them a thumbs up or thumbs down.
But Bob,
like, what do you want
but
them
at
to
that
do?
point, though, you don't need to drag it out. Just say,
Okay, have you ever seen where people are charged with like 27 counts? They have to read them all.
but I'm saying, though, like in this
Say-
case, can't you just like
Why in that case versus any other murder trial or any other
the
case?
entire world watch that? Just say, you know what, O.J. Simpson, not guilty. We're
Get
stupid.
on out of here, OJ.
Yes.
Good job, buddy.
And-
Like, what do you?
I'm telling you, that might still be. Well, if it was, it still would be because they're no longer around. I think that was the greatest weekday lunch sales ever for Damon's Restaurants.
Oh yeah, I mean, Bodie, people would go there and watch the trial, like
Yeah.
they would watch a game, like it was the draft.
Hey, look, if there
I'm
were a
dead
couple
serious.
more murders like this, Damon's might still be around because people went in there and watched it like it was their lunchtime
Yes.
thing. They'd go in there and watch this because CNN and Court TV,
They were
and they'd
carried-
watch this whole thing.
It was like the first major trial that was ever carried on TV like
I
that.
think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I
Watergate
mean, they
was
had like the dancing Itos on Letterman.
It was
who
crazy.
Who was the judge?
the.
It was wild.
But I remember being at the Damon's at the Park Hotel over there. Used to be on Olentangy.
Yeah,
And the place was dead silent right before they announced it.
it's like watching a Super Bowl kick.
Completely full. Like completely full place, dead silent.
More quiet for that, or when Scott Norwood lined up in Super Bowl 25 to kick that field
It was
goal.
more
for
quiet
the
for
Bills.
the it was more quiet for the OJ thing. And I went out and looted right afterwards.
Okay, of course you did.
Oh,
This day,
take a stand, Bob.
2014, the Rumors album is certified double platinum, 20 million in sales by Fleetwood Mac.
Is this song Clinton used in one of his campaign ones? He used this song as like one of his. I think it might have been.
I thought that was vetted when he went and talking in front of the American people. at
He
the
could have done
Oval
that too.
Office.
Yes. Do you,
s-
the platinum stuff. Like, do you ever like? Did you know it? Like, if you don't see this and look it up, do you know what platinum, double platinum means and all that? Or
Yeah, I
do you,
knew.
You do okay?
Yeah, gold was 100,000.
100,000? Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Platinum was $1 million and diamond was 10 million.
Okay.
Went double diamond. Yeah. $20 million in sales.
All right.
Some birthdays. Chubby Checkers turning 84 today.
Bo, you ever done the twist?
No, I am not.
All
wedding?
you need is one iconic one.
Yeah.
How many weddings have you been to of friends, Bodie?
Oh, I bet not many.
Friends?
He's
I
entering
don't know,
that
3 or 4.
He's entering that
Yeah,
season.
it's
There's
about to
like
get there,
there's
yeah.
like a 7 to 10 year season where you'll get a handful a year and then they all dry up. Then you get the second round. You go to those too.
Personal.
Ironically, the Rumors 2014 album Double Diamond, one of the singers on that, and the frontman, Lindsey Buckingham, turning 76 today.
I wanted the vacation theme here.
No, you wanted this. This is similar to Forrest Gump, that long beard.
Yeah, but the vacation one, though, Holiday Road,
That's a good one. I didn't know that was him.
that was him, yeah.
That's a classic. Dave Winfield, 12-time All-Star, World Series champ in 1992, the Game 6 walk-off double. Thitoff, do you know who it was against?
And what year was it?
92.
92? Probably against the...
No, what pitcher?
The pitcher? Oh, would have been Game 6 World Series, walk-off double.
Yeah.
Tom Glapp. No, Mark Wohlers.
I'm fairly certain it was against Charlie Liebrandt.
Oh, the
I'm not
Reds.
sure if it was a walk-off either. I think it might have been in the top half of the inning.
Oh, okay. Maybe
But nevertheless.
that's accurate. Do you know, I want to confirm this before I say it. Yes. Do you know where he went to college?
Where Dave Winfield did?
No, where Charlie
Lieberman?
Liebrandt went to college.
Ohio University.
Close. Their rival.
Miami
He
University.
went to Miami. He was in the same Hall of Fame class as my dad was.
Was he really?
He got a picture of him. Yeah, my dad's got a picture of like all of them going in together. And I always looked at that, and I remember he's the guy that gave up the game-winning run.
He was a good pitcher, man. He had a good career.
RBI. Yeah, he was
lefty
great.
for the Reds, and
Yeah.
then goes over to
Of course.
yeah.
Especially in the World Series. Go for it, Bode.
The runners go on the 3-2 to Winfield. Down the line, a base hit. Into the left field corner. White has scored. Alomar comes around. The ball gets away from Gant. It's a 2-run double for Dave Winfield. And a 4-2 Toronto lead.
This is the first extra base hit of the World Series ever for Dave Winfield. Boy, did he save the right time to get it. Toronto up by 2.
Winfield, one of the, I don't know how many people have, but he was drafted in 4 professional sports leagues.
Jeez.
Drafted by the Twins, or by the Padres, I'm sorry, by the, he was drafted by the Vikings, I believe, and also drafted in ABA and NBA as well.
There we go.
But yeah, he was special.
Quite the athlete.
Yes.
Absolutely. Bruce Arians turning 73 today, the former Cardinals and Bucks head coach.
I'm really, really curious about this. You're a guy that didn't get your shot to be the head man until you were 60 years old. Did you ever think you would see this day?
If they ever gave me a chance, yeah. And I'm really, I can't say enough about our coaching staff, man. They have done a great job in the playoffs, and especially in this one. Todd Bowles, Byron Leftwich, and Keith Armstrong, just fantastic job. Harold Goodwin in the running game. My hat's off to the coaching staff and our players, man. Our players bought in and have just done a great job. And I want to say hey to Michael Irvin. I know you're the only guy that picked us on that damn staff.
You were watching, Bruce.
That was after the Super Bowl there.
Yes. I assume that.
A few years ago. Yeah.
Thank you. Would rather be Michael Irvin's life or Charlie Sheen's life?
Ooh.
There we go. That might be a closer
Playmaker.
one there.
I'd rather be the playmaker, but I think that on the Venn diagram, there's a lot of overlay. One just played sports and one acted.
I know.
Personal lives, probably largely the same.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. I think that's a tougher question. That was a better question. I apologize for my
Better
lack of-
question. I mean,
Like 3 weeks ago, Tito, that would have been the fan pool.
You're right.
I
Can't-
mean,
not anymore.
honestly, that's really a great
Can't you do a
fan
morning
poll.
think
juice-
it is,
can't you do
too.
a morning juice poll?
Yeah, I could put it out. on
Okay,
the
put it
juice,
out
yeah.
there. Let's just say the hell with it. I don't care. We're going to copy other shows because there's another show that does that.
Oh, Bo would love that question because that's actually a pretty good one. So basically, would you rather be a Super Bowl Hall of Fame winner, all these things, or would you rather be a super famous actor and your personal life's about the same?
Here's how we get around this in. You put the poll out there on Morning Juice Twitter.
Just retweet it from the fan page.
And then tag Bo. Like, put Bo on there.
Yeah.
Okay, that way Bo will see it.
Him and Rothman would love that.
Okay, put Rothman. There we go. Let's do this. I don't care.
Put it up. I'll retweet it. I'll tag him on it. It's all good. Dennis Eckersley turning 71 today. Cy Young, MVP, World Series champ, Hall of Famer.
His best friend in the game is Luis Severino. Rodriguez told me that they met when they were in A-ball. They started talking and have remained close ever since. Now, Jerry, I'm curious, who are some of the guys that you guys were close with despite being in the middle of a rivalry?
Either one of you want to take that?
I don't know about a rivalry. I had a real close friend that stole my wife.
How about that? Geez, Zach, you had to go there, right there?
That's the first place I went.
and we're the idiots over here laughing. I mean, it's, I was going to say...
He was laughing at it, too.
Well, look, it happened
when
in 1970.
When you told me that story, that was amazing.
It happened in 78 or 73. What was 78? But anyway, Eckersley got traded, though, because his wife left him for Rick Manning, his teammate. 78, he got traded, yes, the Red Sox, because of that.
I feel like she maybe sold when his stock was a little low.
She did. Yeah, think about shooting star. Rick Manning never did anything
he
after that.
He went on to be an MVP, Cy Young, win World
Hall of
Series.
Famer and all that stuff. Rick Manning, by the way, is telling you where the Allen wrenches are at Home Depot.
Masters champ in 1992. Freddie Couples turning 66.
Straight in, Freddie.
This is Freddie's wife, Deborah.
And look who's walking out to 18. Raymond Floyd. Watch this. That's what our game is all about.
What a tournament he had. We'll be back with the presentation
Hear the music.
of the championship and the green jacket. Right after this.
12.
Do you know who that commentating is, Bodie?
The very popular Fred Couples has won his first major championship. He wins the Masters by 2 shots. The first man to win the Masters by more than a shot since Bernard Langer in 1985.
Andy Bernard Langer, before and after. That was amazing. Summerall did it all. I mean, he did.
Yes.
He was so good. Tommy Lee of Motley Crue turning 63.
Just one more night and...
That was a staple at USA North Skating Rink in 1985 when we used to do the 8 to midnight. Teenagers go there, and that was one of the videos that was played all the time.
Diamond and Ice Storm.
Okay.
Would you rather be Michael Irvin, Tommy Sheen, or Tommy Lee?
Tommy Lee, so was he. Yes, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, Tommy Lee could also be on that poll maybe as well that we do.
Speaking of poll, Gwen Stefani of No Doubt fame turning in 56. Is this the most notable song of hers you know?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Just a Girl?
Probably her stuff from No Doubt.
Just a Girl? That one, yeah. She did one thing, kind of a provocative song also.
Oh, yeah. She said her solo career was really good. Now married to Blake Shelton. Was married to Gavin Rosdale. They're performing. One of my favorite things to do is there's a performance of them singing Glycerine together, which is tremendous. Live.
I use that after I brush my teeth.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course you do. Nev Campbell, Scream fame, turning 52. Yes.
This Scream?
Tatum, just get in the car.
Hello, Sydney.
Have you seen this, Bodie? You should watch this.
Hi.
Caleb has.
Who is this?
You tell me.
Has he?
Well, I have no idea.
Scary night, isn't it? With the murders and all, it's like right out of a horror movie or something.
Randy, you gave yourself away. Are you calling from work? Because Tatum's on her way over.
Do you like scary movies, Sydney?
I like that thing you're doing with your voice, Randy. It's sexy.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, come on. You know I don't watch that shit.
Why not? Too scared?
No, it's just what's the point? They're all the same. Some stupid killer stalking some big-breasted girl who can't act, who's always running up the stairs when she should be going out the front door. It's insulting.
Be more specific.
Are you alone in the house?
Randy, that's so unoriginal. I'm disappointed in you.
Maybe that's because I'm not Randy.
I don't know if it would work today with the cell phones. It was great because you had to call the house phone.
Yeah.
It was good.
Caller ID.
You should watch. Well, they had caller ID back then. I don't know how they blocked. Whatever.
I don't know if it popped up scam likely.
Yes.
Or the iPhone does.
Exactly. Anquan Bolden turning 45 today. Mike Gesicki of Cincinnati Bengals fame. Probably not catching many balls this year.
Is he dead?
Well, they got to get him to him. Joe Burrow is.
When Joe Burrow went down, he went down too. Yeah.
I think all the receivers. They were all on the ship with him.
Yeah.
Rode that bad boy into the ground. But C.J. Stroud turning 24 years young today.
Plenty of time for Stroud. Directing receivers, flips it to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Marvin Harrison Jr. making a huge impact, and the Buckeyes draw first blood, 31 yards. Now they bring in tailback Chip Traynham, who was a linebacker until a shift mid-season. Stroud harassed. He escapes again, and it's caught. Touchdown Harrison again. Stroud, like a maestro, escapes the sack and delivers a strike for the second time to his star receiver. Stroud has rediscovered that rhythm, flips it right down the middle. It's Johnson who's got it, spinning to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State, as they reclaim the lead. Third touchdown for Stroud in the half.
My goodness, that one was probably one of the most painful ones, watching that because of how it went down for Ryan. I'm just, you're going to play TCU, who's bad after that. And that was kind of Russia.
Think they would have won?
Georgia was kind of Russia at that. They were the Soviet Union. Come on, Marv.
But would you change
Brain's
anything?
a long way from the heart. Let's
would
go.
you change anything, though?
No, it's great.
I mean, I think the way it all
Ryan
ends
would have
up,
2 now, and that would be pretty great. And
maybe
CJ
two,
would
maybe
have.
wouldn't.
CJ would have one, which
I'm
I
saying,
feel
like, maybe would have 2, maybe wouldn't have, though, because of how this past season.
I get it.
Was,
listen, you can't change the past. It's the history has made you who you are. It's part of your story. I get all of it.
Andy Bernard said that.
You ever wish you were in the good old days when you gosh, I just watched
left him.
Before you actually left him. Knew you were in the good old days.
A song about that.
I'll send that over to you, buddy. I was watching that this morning. Some holidays observances. It's Mean Girl Appreciation Day. Ooh. National Boyfriend Day.
Couple of those.
National Diversity Day. Speaking of my
Speaking of my second wife.
And World Smile Day. And those historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Friday, October 3rd, the 276th day of the year, and 89 days remaining this 2025.
All right, coming up next, folks, stick around. This guy's been on fire lately. Lee Sterling joins us with some of his picks for the weekend. Morning Juice.
More and more these days, people who are in pain are trying to take control of their health. They want to look beyond the traditional medicine of going to just a normal doctor. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. People just like you and me are finding lasting relief without steroids, medication, surgery, right here in Columbus, Ohio at QC Kinetics. You'll be treated by the highly regarded orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Ray Tesner, founder of Grant Sports Medicine. Here's how it works. Your blood contains many tiny but mighty healing tools. At QC Kinetics, Dr. Tesner and his team will get to the root of where your pain stems from, right down to the cells that are involved. By putting these natural elements to work, your body, it can revitalize your joints, literally using your own body's biologics to heal you. It's a simple injection, not a hospital stay, no drugs. It's fast, all natural, and there's no downtime. So if it's knees, backs, hips, whatever it may be, give QC Kinetics a call for your free consultation. 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544, QCkinetics.com/Columbus.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Hi, this is Martina McBride. With online news, social media, and texting available 24/7, the world seems to be spinning faster and faster every day. And it can be overwhelming. Sometimes we just need to unplug and take a break from our electronic devices. It can help reduce stress and allow us to reflect on the things that are really important in our lives.
This message brought to you courtesy of the United States Air Force.
In honor of all those we've lost to cancer and those still fighting and thriving, like basketball analyst and cancer champion Dick Vitale.
I want to beat cancer. I'm going to beat it. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to win this battle.
Defeating cancer will take all of us. Join our team to help fund game-changing research that saves lives. At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over the odds. V is for victory over health disparities, victory over setbacks, victory over the unknown. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate to the V Foundation to join our team and help save lives.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
100% of donations fund game-changing cancer research. Donate now to the V Foundation at v.org.
Since 2003, Wounded Warrior Project has helped post 9/11 veterans adjust back to civilian life. Through specialized programs, they begin healing their bodies and minds while regaining a sense of camaraderie. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right, Tito, Bobby, Bodie. By the way, Bob, Hall of Fame first class inductee Elizabeth in the chat room. It is her mother-in-law's birthday and her 27th wedding anniversary.
Oh, got married on Mom's birthday.
Yeah, I guess
that's
how
how
you
I
mentioned that.
Birthday and anniversary be the same
Bob,
day.
I'm saying I get smarter. Yeah. So that sounds like a bit of a kiss ass. All right, now Lee Sterling joins us here. Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports, has been in Fuego. I almost said on fire, but I decided to change it mid-sentence to in Fuego. Lee Sterling joins us now. Lee, my friend, it looks like you've been doing pretty well lately on some of your picks there, bud.
Yep. 11 straight in the NFL
Lord.
and hit our big max unit wager in college on South Carolina. So hope it continues this weekend.
We've got the rivalry game in college football. It used to be a huge rivalry, and it would have been a great week. Still could be good, but Florida State's loss to Virginia kind of took some of the wind out of the sails on this one. But Miami's taking on Florida State, and Florida State hosting that game. How do you see that one playing out?
Well, it's never going to – these rivalry games never turn out the way you think they are. If I was Florida State, maybe the biggest play of the game, and it's not even a play, is going to be the coin toss. Why do I say that? If I'm Florida State, I take the ball if I win the toss. And you got to – I think they're going to have to play with a lead. You got to make Miami feel uncomfortable. Miami would love to just be vanilla on offense, allow that offensive line to take control and wear teams down. So Florida State was a better team against Virginia last week, and they should have been able to dominate play and win that game. What was surprising was Virginia was down 2 starting offensive linemen and ran for 211 yards. So Miami gets the lead. I think it's going to spell trouble here for Florida State. Miami was a 21-point favorite last year and won 36-14, covered by a point. I think Miami overall is better this year. Florida State's better also, but have they closed the gap enough to win the game? Probably not. Under a touchdown, I think Miami's to call 31-20. I think eventually better talent will win out.
All right, staying with some college football. We've got Nebraska and Michigan State. Looking at this, Nebraska, Michigan State, both of these teams, I'd say probably playing to their expectation for the most part this year. Where do you see this one going?
Well, I would say that the Nebraska fans but obviously would have liked to won that game against Michigan. But bottom line is you can't allow your quarterback to get sacked as many times as they did. So their offensive line is going to have to get better here. They're not quite there yet. They're like Washington. They're probably a year or two away. Michigan State, they're going to need to throw the football and continue to throw it. Both quarterbacks combined have 20 touchdown passes, just 2 interceptions here. If Michigan State can get a little bit of balance and shorten the field and not turn the ball over, they got a chance. I think this line's a little too high, double digits, 11 and a half points. I think Nebraska wins 31-24, but I think Michigan State's going to cover.
So Michigan is hosting Wisconsin, and I'm curiously, as the year goes on, I'll get your pick in just a second. You can tag at the end of this with this, but I'm curious, as the year goes on, do you feel more and more confident as you see more of the tape and as far as like where you're going to go on certain games? Is it like, I'm not saying it's that simple, but is it like as you get more and more data, does that make your job easier?
Yeah, and it does, obviously, with all these NIL guys coming in. There's 10, 15 rosters this year that they had 13, 14 starters coming from other schools. So, how they come together, people remember what they see first, probably until almost midseason. And a lot of teams have improved. Wisconsin is not one of those teams. I think this is their last stand. If they were smart, even if Billy Edwards is 75, 80%, I would put him out there. And I would let him try to get hot. A couple years ago at Michigan, he played a whale of a game in 2023 when he was with Maryland. They lost only 31-24, but he was the best player on the field that day. I think they need him. I think that they can hang in this game here. I mean, they're good, really good against the run. Best in the country, but they're 89th against the pass. So Michigan's going to have some success throwing the football. The question is how much here. I think this is Wisconsin's last stand. I think Michigan wins 30-14. I think some of these lines have really been elevated because of what the public and the lines makers is seeing here. So I think that 17 might be a little too high, even though the public will bet Michigan. I think Michigan's going to win 30-14, 30-16. So maybe a backdoor cover for Wisconsin.
There we go. The other side of the rivalry, Ohio State welcoming in Minnesota, a night affair on NBC. Lee, how do you see that one playing out?
Well, the Minnesota game was really strange. People who didn't watch it last week, a couple minutes into the game, Minnesota is trailing 14-0. They're outstatted like 210 or 212 to like 8 or 10 yards, and somehow got back in it. Got a special teams touchdown and another pretty quick score. And that was, I think, their biggest comeback. First time in like 40 or 50 years where they were down 2 touchdowns at home. So give them credit. They're coached well here. The key to ending this game and keeping it fairly close, they're not going to win the game, is they're going to have to play really good defense. And they're going to try to limit the big plays. So I think that they're going to, blitz some early in the game here. Ohio State has owned them 13 straight. But I think, in the end, just like last week, talent will win out for Ohio State. And I think they'll win this game something like 30-17, but 23.5, probably just a little bit too high. And we'll take Minnesota and hold our nose.
Before we get to your game of the week and how people can get that, Lee, I want to ask you about the fact that, first of all, you nailed the South Carolina pick last week, and I know you said you like at a 40-unit bet on that one. And I think that probably a lot of amateur bettors don't pay attention to the number of units as far as the confidence level you put on certain bets. And people might look at this and say, okay, he likes, look at your picks you made in these 4 games we just said and say I'm betting all of them equally. But the South Carolina game you felt very good about. Explain that to me.
So I rate my selections from 10 to 50 units, and anything 35 units or higher is something I feel real strongly about. I feel I've got a personnel edge, and also think that there's a lot of other things that might line up. There might be some injuries on one side, coaching edge. Let's say someone's playing Navy, and a defensive coordinator has never, coached against a triple option. So, things like that. Just felt that with the backup quarterback for Kentucky, who wasn't very good, they were going to struggle on the road. But what we're seeing at home field is really big. I mean, look at the Washington game against Ohio State last week. Ohio State's a better team, but for a half, it wasn't for that touchdown right before the half. You're saying, what's going on here? So listening to Seattle, some of my friends, I don't know if you guys remember Hugh Millen, former quarterback for Washington. He roasted Jed Fish for the fake field goal. So crazy how things can turn maybe on one play. What they saw in that fake field goal to go for it is just crazy. So, but getting back to what you said, you can't do flat bets. eventually the juice is going to wear you out. So when you have a strong conviction, if you do what I do, if you got stronger plays, you got to release them, and you got to hit on those big plays at a higher percentage if you're looking to make money.
Does home field, I know like in the NFL, they say, okay, I think, what is it, 2.5 points usually what the books give the home field team, like as far as that goes. I got to believe there's a bigger variance in college football, right? Like an Ohio State or Michigan home field advantage has to be different than a Northwestern home field advantage.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There'll be certain environments and the travel. These kids, they're obviously they do the 7-on-7, but there's just something different when you walk into a stadium that has 80 to 100 to 110,000 fans, and if not for home field, I honestly think that Penn State would have gotten blown out last week. So right now, I think it's Ohio State and Oregon right now have the best team. So what's cool is, they could go against each other a couple of times this year in the conference championship game, and who knows, maybe in the playoffs again.
Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports. Tell us how do the people get the game of the week and how to find all of your other stuff that you do.
Yep. Well, Detroit is a happy, happy city right now after they pulled off the win in baseball. So we're going to see if their Lions can take care of the Bengals. Big game coming up this weekend. And anyone wants to get it for free, just call 800-400-9741 to give it to them for free. We have another 40 to 50 unit play, a 45 unit play in the NFL going this weekend. Anyone wants to hop on? We don't call it October. We call it Locktober. You can get an entire month of action for $397 through Halloween night. Use coupon code SAVE200, ParamountSports.com. Also, UFC, big UFC pay-per-view. And for the first time in 6 years, we have 2 40 to 50 unit selections there. 7 selections, $57. And we won 14 out of 17 UFC cards. Everything's up and available, even the baseball playoffs, ParamountSports.com.
Lee, you're the man. Thanks, buddy. We'll check it again next week.
Okay, guys. Take care. Be good.
That was Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports, Bob.
It was. Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and an opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation? Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and are going to help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Coming up next, quick hitters. Morning Juice.
When it comes to prostate cancer, go to pcf.org for the help you need to navigate this disease and make the right decisions for yourself. Go to pcf.org today.
Lexi spent more than 6 years in foster care.
Before I was adopted, I felt alone.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Lexi now has a forever family and the foundation for a bright future.
Adoption changed me for the better. I feel like I can be whoever I want to be.
You can help find permanent homes for children still lingering in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. I mean, it was, we had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, the knowledge accumulated and shared, with everyone else around the world. This is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
Together, we will make cures possible for every child everywhere. Learn more at stjude.org.
Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a common seasonal virus, but it can have major implications on a patient's heart health. Most RSV cases involve mild cold-like symptoms, but up to 160,000 adults are hospitalized each year for more serious cases. And RSV can escalate chronic health issues. If you're over the age of 60, talk to your doctor to find out if the new RSV vaccine is right for you. And learn more at heart.org/RSV.
Okay, let's go. Top row.
EYECARE?
Good. Next row.
AM America? iCareAmerica.org?
Yes. Eye Care America helps seniors who haven't had a medical eye exam in 3 or more years. They also help those with an increased risk for glaucoma, and the appointment is often free or at no out-of-pocket cost. It's easy to see if you qualify. Go to EYECareAmerica.org.
Day 1, the hardest day, the day you hear.
This is a type of blood cancer.
At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
Bobby Carpenter, husband, father, Buckeye. Jeff Thitoff, husband, father, idiot. This is Morning Juice.
Be honest, that felt personal. I'm Tito, Bobby Carpenter my left, Bodie over there. And by the way, now is the Boatster's time.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
He's Bodie Wells.
Oh, excuse me. Happy Friday,
Puberty
fellas.
over there.
I know.
It's time to change.
I just had a little.
All right, that's fine.
Little thing in my throat there. We'll start with college football here. Who have been the best quarterbacks in college football this season as we sit 1 month and change in? Bill Conley of ESPN took a stab at ranking them. Here's what we've got. Just a note here, this is just the Power 4 quarterbacks. He didn't do any more than that. Starting off at the top, number 1, Jaden Maiava at Southern California. Behind him, it's Diego Pavia at Vanderbilt, Trinidad Chambliss at Ole Miss, Fernando Mendoza at IU, and then Dante Moore rounding out the top 5 out there at Oregon. Some other names of note: CJ Carr's number 7, Julian Sands number 11, Carson Beck is number 18. Thought that was a little low for Beck, but nevertheless. And then some Ohio State opponents here, both past and future. Devon Williams Jr., he is number 9. Luke Altmaier's number 15, Bryce Underwood number 38, Arch Manning's number 41, and then out of 68 eligible guys, Drew Aller's number 55. Carp, what you think there? Anything jump out that you agree with or disagree with?
So you had Malva 1, Chambliss was 3. Who was 2?
2 was Diego Pavia.
Pavia, who was 4 and 5?
Fernando Mendoza, and then Dante Moore.
That's right, Moore was. Okay. I don't know how he has Malva at the top. I mean, they haven't really played anybody, and they lost to Illinois, and he really wasn't great in that game.
Yeah.
Like I watched against Michigan State, he looked pretty good. And then I watched him play in that Illinois game, and I'm like, this guy looks okay, but he was missing some throws and didn't look great to me. So putting him first, I mean, I would probably put Pavia first or Mendoza. Mendoza's been really good. And Dante Moore was great against Penn State. Like, I would, even the top 5, I don't know if if I would have Maiava in the top 5.
Bob,
maybe 5th.
Impossible. Because of how many different, these teams have different schedules.
Especially right now. It's so
hard.
early.
Like, honestly, the CJ Carr's look damn good to me.
Yeah, and
You know
he
what I
is
mean?
pretty good.
Yeah, I
CJ
mean,
Carr would be right around probably 4 to 7 for you. Where do they have him?
He was at 7.
He's a 7. Okay, yeah. But I think, Carr could be even higher than that, though. I mean, Mendoza, I've got my bias against Indiana, so I got to, because I'll never always rank them lower. But the Dante Moore thing, I know people want to say, well, it's system, whatever. But Dante Moore's looked damn good.
He went into Penn State and wanted to wide out at night and looked good in the game.
I know.
So that's all I'll say about that.
You'll throw like a guy like Jalen Daniels from Kansas is 10th. I have not seen a single snap of Jalen Daniels. I can't really rank him.
He's really good. I watched some of that Cincinnati game last week with them. That's the only Kansas I've consumed this year. I'll consume more as the season goes on, but he's a really good player. I can't have Maiava at the top.
No.
That is journalistic malpractice.
And then, what are you, John Mateer? Like I know they got him 12th. They've got him 12th. But
here,
before he got hurt, he was number one.
Even if you factor in last week and him not playing,
Right.
I would still say he's top 5.
Yeah.
Out of the guys that Ohio State will play in the next couple months here, Altmaier, Bryce Underwood, and Drew Aller. Anybody jump out there that
Altmaier, Underwood, Aller. Well, Aller's been in the 50s. He's been very average. Altmaier's been pretty good.
He's number 15.
Yeah.
Does he scare you the most out of the 3? It's hard to say because they're probably
Altmaier.
Penn State's probably the best team. Ohio State will still play.
Said Underwood with Michigan?
He was number 38.
I think Underwood has like the most explosive element to his game.
Okay.
And he's got the biggest arm.
He's got the most time to
highest ceiling
to get
right?
to.
Highest ceiling. He's also a freshman, so he can make some great plays and also have some rough ones. But I would say of all of them, that's the guy, after watching guys this year, that I think can maybe hurt you the most. Now he can also probably help you out too. That's the irony of a young quarterback.
Penn State scares me the most.
As a team, right?
As a team. Underwood has the highest ceiling. Altmaier is probably the one who will perform the best against Ohio State, if that makes sense.
I think that's fair.
That's probably true.
College basketball here, guys. Following a coaching legend at a blue blood program is never an easy thing to do, but one guy who's done a pretty good job of it so far is John Shire at Duke, the former Blue Devil player and then longtime assistant under Coach K, took over for Coach K in 2022. And in his 3 seasons, Duke, they've won the ACC regular season title twice, won the conference tournament title once. They've gone to the NCAA tournament all 3 years with a second-round Elite Eight and Final Four appearance. If they hadn't totally crapped down their leg, they would have played in the national championship too last year.
Yes.
He has an overall record of 89-22. The 89 wins are tied with Brad Underwood and our beloved Brad Stevens for the most by any coach in their first 3 seasons in D1 history. So Tito, yesterday when news came out that he received a contract extension through the 2030-31 season, not too surprising there for Shire and the Blue Devils.
It doesn't happen often where you get the guy after the guy and he does well. We've seen it fail so many times before this, but he's done a good job there, and I think it's also helped him that Coach K is still around. Yeah. I know he's not like an overbearing kind of.
Does that help Kalen DeBoer?
Exactly. Okay.
Well,
it helps
last weekend.
Yeah, it helps that for him though that he's got like when he goes to talk to people or coaches games, Coach K's got a hand on his shoulder, not in front of him, doing that. But don't. This is a beautiful moment just now I was sharing, and I think that that helps him in recruiting, also helps him in the national prestige that Coach K is still a part of the program. Granted, in the shadows a little bit, but still a part of the program.
I mean, that's where you ideally like it to see, like it to be with Coach K, just around but not overbearing. And I think he's done a good job of tap dancing that and tiptoeing to that line without crossing over it. And I'm sure him and Shire, they have a great relationship, so that obviously helps. But it is very rare where you have this sustained success where someone can fall in and a young guy who hasn't really coached a ton can come in there and take over for you and continue to really have the same expectations that you had before.
Yeah.
Because North Carolina hadn't been like that.
No, ever since Hubert Davis replaced Roy Williams.
It's not been great.
They almost won the national championship, but even that year I think they were an 8 or 9 seed. Which, if you make a run in March, that's what matters. But Carolina's expectations are be good in the regular season, be good in the ACC tournament, and then be good in the NCAA tournament, not one of the 3 or 2 of the 3.
But the guy who followed Dean Smith, I can't remember his name, but he was okay.
But he was a long-time assistant.
Right, long-time assistant.
He was only there for like 3 years.
2 or 3 years old was.
Bill? Daughtry?
Daughtry, that was later.
He was after him.
Yes. It was Bill's. It was an older assistant. You're right, Bob. He's like 2 or 3 years what he was. But if you look across, in college basketball, it's like, the guys who follow the guys usually have a very short shelf life. And it's a huge drop-off typically. So
Bill Guthridge.
Bill Guthridge, that's what
okay. I was thinking of
3?
Matt Doherty.
Yeah, Matt Doherty. Notre Dame guy too, then, right?
Yes, he was at. I think he was at Notre Dame just a year.
I think he
and
was.
Then he went to the Carolina job.
And then went over there.
Then we ended up with Mike Bray, so that worked out.
Worked out great for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Guthridge was there 3 years, and they were pretty good.
They were good, but they weren't. But nonetheless, like there's such a high standard there from Dean Smith.
Gosh, though, as I look at it here, they lost in the semifinal twice and the first round once.
With Guthridge?
Yeah. Did they run him out of there after that? Or?
He was older. I think, he was like Dean's
two
assistant.
semifinal losses.
Yeah, he was
in
an
a
older
3-year
That's my point. Is like
stretches.
he was Dean's like long-time assistant.
He was
Okay.
keeper of the flame. He was not long-term answer like in Duke, in the situation of Duke. He's not like that where you got a young guy who comes
Matt
in.
Doherty was much younger, and he was supposed to be the guy
I
that
remember
was
that.
the long-term solution, but they were not great.
Yeah, and he was only there a few years.
And, when you're in a building, the guy you're replacing, his name's on the building.
Yeah,
If you're coaching
exactly.
in the Dean Dome, it's got to be tough. But Guthridge is fine.
That's Coach K's court, too, right? Does that sound right?
It
At Duke?
sounds right.
I know it's Cameron Indoor, but...
I think the name of the school now is Coach K. I don't think it's Duke. I think it's actually Coach K. So nice job on the quick hitters there, Bodie Bodester. Coming up next, Ryan Day. We'll hear from him. And also I'll run something by you, Bobby, about great players becoming head coaches and managers. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn, skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Yo, I'm your old basketball. Haven't seen you out on the courts in a while. Why not pass me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that's a slam dunk. Donate today. Hey, I got next.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right. Morning Juice, Tito, Bobby, Bodie. Bob, before you get to Ryan Day's sound, I read that Albert Pujols
was on steroids, probably.
No, he was clean.
He was clean.
Why would you say that? What evidence do you have to prove that?
Because I bought my son a number 5 Cardinals jersey.
Right.
I would not buy my son a Juicers jersey. That's not my style, Bob.
Sure.
Is the leading candidate to be the next manager of the Angels.
Perfect.
Well, what I'm asking you is,
do I care about that? Not at all.
Care. No, I don't care about that, Bob. But
why would you ask my opinion on
because
something I don't care
there's
about?
There's a bigger picture, Bob. I'm painting a picture. That was the first brushstroke.
Oh.
typically elite athletes that have had tremendous careers in their sport have a hard time then being a manager or head coach.
Really?
Well, Ted Williams,
Larry Bird.
Bird had success. No, Bird's one of the anomalies. I'm saying,
I'm just giving you
Magic Johnson did not. Ted Williams did not.
The Magic Hour was pretty successful.
It was successful. But I'm saying Magic had a hard time because I think that these guys.
Danny Ainge.
Bart Starr was
an executive, though.
Yes, more of an executive than the coach. I think Bart Starr had a very mediocre career as head coach of the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
Like I said, Ted Williams, the greatest baseball hitter of all time, in my opinion.
Dan Campbell.
I wouldn't say Dan Campbell's over an elite player. I mean, bites kneecaps.
You say that to his face?
I'll say it to him over the phone.
Bite your kneecaps off.
Right.
Mike Vrabel.
Okay, that's exactly where I was going, Bob. It's like you read my mind, which is scary probably for both of us. But was Vrabel elite as a player?
Define elite. Did he take steroids? No.
Okay,
no one in the NFL does.
Okay.
They catch you.
I got you. I think that I'm thinking of Hall of Fame caliber career. Okay. Hall of Fame caliber career guys.
He's in the Patriots Hall of Fame.
He's the Patriots Hall of Fame. Patrick Ewing, Georgetown. Clyde Drexler, Houston. No, I'm saying guys like that, though, I think they have a very hard time.
Yeah.
Larry Bird's more the exception, I think, than the rule on that one.
I would agree with you.
And so I understand. I think it's probably
Steve Spurrier.
Spurrier. Okay, I'll give you Spurrier. Although
he won a Heisman Trophy. I would define that as elite.
No, he had a great college career, not a great
Marcus
NFL
Freeman.
career, obviously.
Mark, I was waiting for that.
Here we
Gosh,
go.
I was
I
waiting
don't
for
know
that.
why I talk to you guys. I guess I talk to you, get paid to do it, but I wouldn't do it outside here. Anyway, I'm just saying, Bobby, I think that it's a great
Deshaun Jackson.
It's a great PR move. Okay, Deion Sanders, Eddie George. Great college career.
I'll put them in the Natasha Bedingfield category.
I think what my point was going to be, Bob, was that I think it's a smart PR move if you want to hire Pujols. I don't anticipate it. I know he's done some managerial stuff like with.
Here's the thing. Being a manager in baseball, you do the least of any sport.
Okay.
I mean, the most you put together the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And especially now that you have a DH in both leagues, like executing the switch, when everybody pulls their starting pitcher like 100 pitches now.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be how long do you take them? You've got all this middle relief work and everything. Sure. You know, did they outlaw some of those like super shifts and everything?
I think, yes, they did.
Yeah, so you can't do that anymore.
Right.
So there's not a ton, and people will get, baseball purists will get mad at me. Dude, football coaching, hugely important. Basketball, next on the list. Baseball, probably the least. That's why they call him a manager, not a coach.
Fair. Yeah.
That's interesting. I never thought of it that way, Bob.
Yeah.
And that's why you wear the uniform.
Just in case you got to go out
Just in case you got to sub yourself in
we need
there.
a pinch hitter. Pujols is walking out to the plate.
By the way, Joe Torre was a player manager, I think, briefly. And Torre had an MVP season in 1973 with the Cardinals. Maybe it was 71. I think it was 73. And ended up having a pretty good managerial career. Pete Rose, I wonder about, like, we'll never know how his betting impacted how he managed, but
if he would have been the World Series manager on that 1990 team,
could have been different. But he had a lot of really good seasons with the
then
Reds.
we would have never had Lou Piniella and Rob Dibble, which
that's true.
That's one of the iconic fights ever.
That
You're
really
not a
was.
man.
Yeah, right. And then they go in there and do that. Yes, but but Rose though was a guy who had success as a manager, but never got him over the hump. Obviously, they kept losing late in the season stuff, coming in second place and whatnot. But I just think it's, and I wonder, Bob, if it's because these guys, some of them have just God-given talent, but some of them also have an incredible work ethic, and they have a hard time coaching, managing players that don't have the same skill level and work ethic. You know what I mean? Like, I think that might be part of why they struggle, because Magic thinks everyone should love ball like Magic loves ball. And they all don't.
It's impressive that you were able to observe that.
That's just my...
No, I'm not debating. I'm actually giving you credit for that. And that was one of the things my dad always told me, is it was very hard. A lot of his friends got into coaching, like at the collegiate professional level. And especially even for guys who weren't great players.
Right.
Guys who, and it's really interesting with this, it comes down to your ability to communicate and motivate, but just because you're a great player doesn't mean you have a great ability to instruct and convey that knowledge. And then also you don't necessarily have a great ability to relate to other people. And that's where it comes down. That my dad, he played in Miami, Ohio. There are a lot of guys off that went into coaching, great old coaches. And he would tell me, he goes, I remember talking to some of my teammates, as they got into this, who were good college players, but massive overachievers. And they're like, if I can coach players who have great ability, then they're going to be great. I'm just going to tell them how to do it, what I did, and they have infinitely more ability, so they'll be better. And it was a hard time. He goes, you could not convince some guys to care as much as they did, as you did. And that's where that disconnect comes. That's why Michael Jordan's a terrible coach.
Right.
Because Michael Jordan, all he cared about was winning and the process and grinding and doing things like that. You can't relate to somebody that isn't the entirety of their being, that they are not all consumed with trying to go out there and win. That like Vince Lombardi.
Yeah.
It's winning isn't, what is it?
Winning isn't
everything. It's the only thing.
Yeah.
And that they can't understand that. Like, why wouldn't you want to go do more?
Right.
Why wouldn't you want to do this? I'm telling you what to do. That's the same thing I have with my kids. I can give you the roadmap. I know how I got there. I can kind of define your ability and see your strengths and weaknesses, where you need to spend time, what you need to work on, and how that will impact you and what you need to do. But I can't go do it for you. And I sure as hell can't love it more than you do. You've got to love the process yourself. And you just can't. The question becomes is, do you love winning so much that then you'll do anything for it? Everybody loves to win. And everybody wants to win.
Right.
But do you love it so much that you're then able to sacrifice a lot of other things? And not many people are.
Kobe would have been a terrible coach.
Yes, he would have.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like Kobe,
100%.
because
he wasn't
those guys that are terrible teammates.
Exactly.
Yes.
He was not always the best teammate.
Which is surprising because Bird, they said, wasn't the greatest teammate either.
I don't know how Bird. The Bird thing is what's fascinating to me. He had success in Indiana, and I don't understand.
He called out his teammates during NBA playoff runs and finals runs. He essentially had. Gosh, there's a you might like this, Bodie. It's called Larry Bird, a basketball legend. I think if I go through my parents' house, I'll dig out the VHS of it. I used to watch that bad boy all the time. And I forget one of the finals runs they had. I think it was one of the ones they won. Maybe in the semis, whatever. He called out his teammates for not playing hard and having some soft injuries.
No, it's the Lakers.
It was literally the Herb Brooks.
Now that you say that, I think I remember that.
Bruise on the legs a long way from it. And one of the guys was Kevin McHale.
Yes. Yeah.
And Kevin McHale's a Hall of Famer. Kevin McHale's a top 100 player.
He just said, hey, look, they were tougher than us. We didn't.
They were tougher than us.
Yeah.
We just got beat up front.
Didn't he use the word sissies at one point?
I think so.
Sissies, might have
That's
been right.
right. And those are your teammates.
Yeah.
Those are your friends. And by the way, those guys are great players in their own right. And they work hard. And those guys were grinders. They probably loved it about as much as you did. Maybe they did love it as much as you. They just weren't as talented. But it's all part of it, man.
The Bird thing, I know that one of the players who will sing the praises of Larry Bird as a head coach until the day he dies is Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose said that Bird had such an impact on him as far as getting him to the next level where he trusted Jalen Rose with the team. One of the deep playoff runs, maybe in the finals they had that year, but they lost in the NBA Finals. But Jalen Rose talks about it.
I want to say.
What's that? Oh, wait, I want to say it was around that time. Yes, lost to the Lakers. Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just it's odd to me. Look, the Pools thing. I think it's great. I think it's a great PR thing to have Pools in an Angels uniform again. I just don't expect it to translate.
He's going to sit there like they all do and chew seeds and gum. What are we talking about?
You better have a great bench coach with him. Somebody who's got experience, had success, who can help along with that.
The thing is, there's so much downtime in baseball. If you're not at bat, when you're on offense, you can be sitting there and evaluating a lot of things going on.
Just sitting there forever.
Yeah. And you can sit there.
Yeah.
And you should be able to absorb a lot. Hell, the guy played for 20 years.
Right.
He's been around the game. What else are people going to teach him?
Yeah.
Baseball has also become so analytical.
Yeah, here's the chart.
It's not necessarily like a feel where it's like, you know what, the Rams lost last night, and it's not the sole reason they lost, but they went forward on that 4th down and 1. They ran the ball right up the middle. And Sean McVay immediately after the game was like, I'm sick about that play call. Like, that was a terrible play call.
I think he's more upset about the play that he called, not his decision to go for it.
Yes, exactly, for sure. Damn, Stafford almost just got his neck like snapped in two.
Are they still playing?
They are.
Highlights.
Watching the Prime Vision,
gotcha.
which
it's over on our screen here on the left.
I'm not
too.
a huge fan of, as I've been watching it up here. But nevertheless, things like that are like whether or not you're going to run the ball up the middle, play action, just drop back with Stafford, whatever. That is Sean McVay making a decision in the moment to an extent. Baseball has become much more like, okay, we got to, 2 left-handers coming up. We're going to use this pitcher because the numbers, he's down to the most minuscule thing.
He's throwing 103
say that this pitcher
pitches.
is better than another guy in the bullpen and whatnot. And so
you almost go into the game with it already outlined.
Yes.
Sure.
It's like a pie, not a pie chart, but a
flow
little
chart.
Yes,
this
flow
is what's
chart.
going to happen.
Does this? If this is so and so to bat, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
unless
put
they
this guy on
start
the mound.
subbing and pinching and moving guys around. I mean, you know who
and there's
their
good
lineup
managers
is.
and bad managers still, but much more than any other sport, I would say it's much more about managing people than it is the game.
Yeah.
And Pujols, does he have that? I have no idea.
I don't know.
It's kind of hard to say. You would probably have to ask his teammates who played with him forever in St. Louis and L.A., but
yeah, we'll see if it works out there. If it's the job, he hasn't gotten the job yet, but he's the front runner for it. But it seems like something the Angels would do anyway.
Listen, the bottom line for the Angels, it'll help put butts in seats. That's what they're trying to do.
But for how long? I don't think
it makes dollars. It makes sense, Tito.
But Bob, I don't believe hiring Albert Pujols is all of a sudden going to cause this big influx of season ticket sales. It might be early season game sales, but if they're struggling,
maybe he goes takes a little BP beforehand.
If he's struggling in the middle of May and the team is in last place, it's not going to affect it won't affect sales positively going forward. It's going to be about the product on the field. But I hope I'm wrong. I like Pujols. I really do.
Favorite juicer.
I will tell you he's not a juicer. We can fight about that. Not physically fight. Well, we could if we wanted to, I guess. But here's Ryan Day talking about handling teaching moments with the Buckeye team. I think.
Don't you wish they would have made Art Schleicher the head coach at Ohio State?
You know what? It would have been very similar. Yes. Here's Ryan Day.
Well, I think it's good to recognize the things that are going well so that we can continue to get their eyes on the positive plays. I think that's important. But to your point, you got to fix the problems. The issues are always going to be there. And negative plays in a red zone, including sack. But the penalties are the ones that bother you the most. And the truth is, the way you practice is how you're going to play in a game. And if we're going to let that stuff go on at practice, then it's going to show up in the game. And that's not acceptable. And so it's everybody's job, coaches included, mine included, to make sure that that's not happening in practice. We bring in referees, as you've seen in practice, to make sure somebody gets called for a penalty, they run a lap. And it sounds like a menial thing, but everybody, the whole team says if somebody goes on a false start, they stop practice, and everybody knows it's a false start, and we got to run.
Take a lap.
And we hold each other accountable with that. So it's about discipline, and we know, we're the ones that are in control of that.
Stupid question here, Bob.
You drop a pass, you run a mile. You
okay.
Miss a blocking assignment. A mile.
Is that Titans movie?
That is, yeah.
I will break my foot off in your
and
John
jump around
Brown
hind parts. And then you will run a mile.
It's awesome. When the guys fumble snaps, there's nothing better than watching. It can be, and this is the thing, those rules have to be consistent for everybody. And so Julian's saying, you fumble a snap, you in the center, take a lap.
Yeah.
I'm watching them lap of shame. That thing, you jump off sides, it doesn't matter. You could be playing as well as anyone. Caden McDonald, take a lap.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
In the NFL, I know the officials that are hired have regular full-time jobs, right?
Yeah.
They have a regular world, regular life, and all that. Ryan Day talks about having referees at practice.
Yeah.
Do those referees have other jobs?
I don't know. That's a great question. There's some of those guys that I know.
Level referees.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
they're guys that
some of
referee
the
college
guys
games
do
all the
like
time.
MAC games,
Okay.
or some of them do, ACC or games, and they're working their way up, and it's their way to help skills. I think some of them have jobs. There's a degree of flexibility. Like they pay the refs to come to practice.
I'm sure they do.
This isn't a pro bono thing.
Well, no. It's not. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know a lot of the guys out there, and some of them are Big Ten refs.
Okay.
That would come over there. So you get to know them during the season. And like you work with, you're talking to them back and forth about different things. There's some of them, they'll do high school, college. I mean, they do a lot of different stuff.
That's what I wondered about. If it was mostly like high school refs coming over that.
Some, but there's college guys. There's guys that were in high school, have worked their way into doing, smaller college stuff.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, like, okay, I was doing MAC, now I'm doing ACC or whatever, and like kind of working their way up and through it.
I would think, Bob, that the more Big Ten refs you can hire to watch your practice is a good thing.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's just getting them there. It's just money.
Well, no, what I'm saying, though, but what...
Don't complain about your tickets being higher.
But you get an idea, though, Bob, of the tendencies of the referees' calls, right? Like, you get an idea.
You don't need them there. You can... Bill Parcells, when we would meet on... I don't know when they would assign the officials. I don't know if it was our Wednesday meeting or Thursday, but one of our meetings early in the week, Bill would, because it was while we were still practicing, he would break it out. And we'd have Ed Hockley.
Right.
He goes, this guy. And we all know about Ed. He loves screen time. They have more penalties than anybody else.
Right.
No one loves going up there in their medium shirt more than Ed.
Right.
And then,
it's medium.
And then he'll talk like this. And it was literally, they have all the statistics down.
Right.
These guys call more defensive pass interference. These guys call more offensive holding. They'll call more hands to the face. This guy likes some obscure stuff that, maybe this group has called offensive PI 3 times in the last 4 weeks, and those are 3 of the 5 times it's been called across all the games. And this is what they call.
They call the push, or they call these close. Yeah.
So he goes, make sure we understand that, with everything going on. Like Mike Carey, they villainized him at CBS and everything. I used to love Mike Carey. He did a lot of our Cowboys games, and I was the middle linebacker. He was the head ref. We would sit there and talk back and forth, and he had an umpire who was an older dude, and I can't think of his name, that was in their crew, and I think he did some games with my dad. Okay. And we would talk. He couldn't move all that well anymore. Right. And so he's like, all right, help me out, Carpenter. I'm like, I got you. He goes, just tell me where I need to be so you can get around me. And that was big. Like, and you have those communication and conversations with him. But I loved Mike because we were playing the Falcons. It was when Tony Gonzalez had just gone over there, and they were playing really well. Mike Smith, it was Matt Ryan. They were rolling. And in our nickel stuff, I had to guard Gonzalez a lot. And I told the guys, I'm going to jam him. I'm not getting in jump balls with him down the field. He's 6'7", I'm 6'3". He played college basketball. I did not. I've watched him dunk on guys when I was sitting in my living room in high school with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to jam him and press him to the line. I'm going to cut him at 5. You tell me when to cut him. I'm going to be real physical with him up there.
Right.
Okay? And he's over there complaining to the refs, and Witten loved it. Witt's like on the sideline, wear him out. And Gonzalez is like, come on, he's holding me, this and that. And I was like, listen, I'm not holding him. I'm like, he's not trying to get off. He thinks he's going to run through him and let him go. I go, and he ain't in the Hall of Fame yet, okay?
Right, yeah.
He's going, but he's not there yet. So let's not give him and if you talk to him about it, and they're like, hey, getting a little tight, you got to cut him loose a little earlier, watch the grab, watch this. And they're good with it. And most of the times they'll work with you on things, and you can have those conversations. But certain guys, their crews are all the same, and so how they call things, how they interpret things, like they're human beings. They have tendencies and patterns. Like that's just the reality of it.
That's a fantastic story, Bob, and an insight there I have not heard before.
That's one of the things that we promote.
I understand that.
Great storytelling.
It's more horizontal.
Guys having fun.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Then I'd go try a Taco Bell's.
I am not
chalupa.
I am not breakfast chalupa, Bob. Let's be specific. I am not suggesting anything nefarious here. Okay,
but
let's say
I try to give Mike Carey money before a game, maybe.
No. Let's say Ohio State. Let's say they bring in referees, and there are referees. I don't know. What do you think? Just you don't know. I don't know. Just give me a ballpark. What do you think a referee will get paid to come ref at Ohio State practice?
I don't know. I could ask him.
I'm just not. If you had to
I'll ask him next time I'm there. I don't know.
Just for this, $300.
Literally, it could be.
Let's say it's $300.
That sounds
probably. What if it was $5 million?
I don't know if it's $5 million.
Okay, let's say $300.
I'm guessing it's probably a couple $100. You got to make it worth your while. You're out there for a handful of hours, getting yelled at and abused. But you think referees get you abused in games? Imagine when there's no oversight and the DBs are yelling back at this, offensive guys are yelling at them. Ryan's telling them to keep your composure because you can't yell at them like that in a game. You can't go on the field. By the way, the get back is not as significant. So those guys are run up and down and dudes are walking on and off.
So any college team, I'm not going to put it to Ohio State because, any college team.
They all do it.
Okay, any college team hires a referee from their conference to monitor their practices, $300 every time they do it. Let's say they do it. How many practices would it be in a year, you think, in a season?
Well, they do training camp.
Okay.
So that's probably every day-ish, probably 20, let's say 20 there.
Okay.
And then you have 14 weeks of the season. They probably have them there twice a week.
Okay.
So that's another 28 days, sort of probably around 50-ish days.
Okay.
Throw in some stuff. Let's just say, plus you get spring in there. I would say on average, you could probably, let's just say 60, 70 opportunities to do it. Now, not the same guys are there every time.
No, that's exactly. So if 70 opportunities, that's 20. If it's $300, that's $21,000. Okay? Times 300. And if I'm a referee who likes having that extra $21,000.
First of all, no one's getting all of that because they're not they have 4 or 5 guys come, but it's not the same guys every
whatever
time.
the number is. Say it's 10,000. Say I can. Yeah. I know.
Cool.
If Ohio State likes me,
10 G's.
I'll get 10 G's to also to be at their practices. Could that ever subconsciously?
No.
It couldn't.
No, because those guys, you're not gonna ever. I remember Norm, who used to do a lot of our stuff, and he would be at our practices, and then he was like one of the big time guys in the Big Ten.
Right.
I mean, I remember yelling at him during games, about stuff and calling him by name because I'm like, that's bull crap, and they're holding the crap out of
you
us.
Didn't say crap.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I got to see it to call it. I'm like, get out of here, man.
Right.
Start looking.
Yeah.
Start looking. You don't call it in our practices. You don't call it out here.
I'm not accusing anybody of doing anything. I'm just saying, in the human mind, though, if it would creep in ever, that I know
I don't think anything creeps in. Watching players and understand how they play, there might be something to that.
Okay.
And knowing guys of what their physical capabilities are.
Like I see this guy all the time holding in practice. I'm going to watch for that in a game, maybe more so than I would somebody else who never does.
Igbenogsen's probably,
sure,
right?
That's
Refs
a great
go into a
point.
game saying we got to keep a little bit more of an eye on this guy.
Right. They got to watch.
Although his holding calls have been way down.
It's been great.
He's been great.
But last year they were
They were.
Yes.
And so that was something that they worked on. He wears the mittens.
The boxing
the kids' mittens. I call. See, we're going to play in the snow out there. Put the mittens on, and they go out there and play. You can't grab anything.
Did you see Draymond Green tweet yesterday? I'll tell you off the air.
Did you see Antonio Brown's tweet? If you're not following Antonio Brown on Twitter, you're doing it wrong.
The Draymond Green thing was pretty funny. Coming next.
Did we talk about this?
What's that?
Antonio Brown's tweet yesterday.
If you want to. Look, Bob,
I'll just give you a quick synopsis on it.
We mentioned it yesterday.
Okay, we did.
Tyreek Hill going to the hospital.
Oh, yeah, that we did. Yeah. Look, Bob.
What if we got A and B and you high us in a room together and just let them create content?
It would be our last show. Coming next, Toad's Guys Juice, Morning Juice.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greensons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
I thought mixing bleach with my floor cleaner would take the stain out.
When my youngest ate the dog's medicine, that was a new one.
I was trying to protect my garden, but I accidentally sprayed myself with pesticide.
So I called 1-800-222-1222, the poison helpline.
A poison expert helped me figure out what to do next.
I was connected to someone who spoke Spanish.
They answered my questions.
It was free.
It was confidential.
It was real help in real time.
Keep the poison experts in your pocket. 1-800-222-1222.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
It is Bobby and Tito. It is Morning Juice. Bob, I got reads I'm supposed to do. Did you see these emails we get about doing the reads we have to do?
I don't read any of the emails.
You don't read any
of that.
Let's see here. Hang on. Let me find this one. I want to make sure I get some of these. I want to make sure I do some of these to make sure we don't get in trouble.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Bob, look, everyone knows this. Your leash is much longer than mine. Okay? You can get away with a lot of things that I can't. Fair?
I guess.
Okay. You would agree with that, right, buddy? That's your next poll question.
If you need me to read something else, Tito, to kill time till you find
I found it right here.
I got Antonio Brown's Twitter account pulled up.
Do you want to read that?
No.
Okay, then I'll keep going. Join the fan live on campus Saturday as the Buckeyes host Minnesota. We're tailgating at the O Patio and Pub on Lane beginning at 10 a.m., featuring live bands, great food, and a fun time. The Fan at the O Patio and Pub on Lane is sponsored by your Central Ohio Ford dealers. Jameson Whiskey didn't go to college. Do you guys know what that is?
Wait, what?
It's sponsored by Didn't Go to College.
No
Didn't
idea.
-GODA college in Coors Light. I mean, look, it's a great sponsor. I'm sure it's a great whatever it is. But I don't know what it is in Coors Light. There's no shows out there. But 10 a.m., Bob, for a 7:30 game.
Coach, it's tough to drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
I understand, Bob, but that should be a hell of a party. I will be out there. Not an appearance, but I'm saying I'll be at the game tomorrow night. I know you will be as well. Let's do one more here before we get into this. And there's also the high school football game where you're broadcasting tomorrow, and Upper Arlington.
That's probably tonight, right?
Tonight, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's Friday.
Guys, I'm trying here. Okay. Week 9 high school football game is Upper Arlington at Olentangy Liberty. Check that out. Yes, don't you love how he did that? So, and then Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran will have the high school football overtime show, which
tonight on the Fan,
yes,
9:30
on the Fan.
They do a great job on that. I love they get some coaches on there too, which is talking after their games and stuff, which is good. But that Arlington game against defending state champion Liberty on the road. Liberty's 3-3. The
rematch from last year's playoff.
Yes, they split last year, right? Arlington won in the regular season. I think Liberty won in the playoff then, but they played tonight. You going to that game, Bob, on the road?
I am not. I have a dinner as part of a Buckeye Cruise auction package that we had to get in. They're coming into town, so we're going to do that. I don't know. I have a number of things because we've got the crazy game of hockey coming up this week on Sunday. OAR is playing at
Prep.
OAR is playing tonight at Kemba Live. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Whether I could maybe drive up there after dinner and catch the second half of the game. Maybe I go down to Kemba Live. Maybe I just sit at my house and have some libations and watch some of the Friday Night Football games. I don't know.
It does help that you've got access to a helicopter and you can just zip around. That's also a good thing for you that you can.
I don't know. After the Kobe Bryant situation.
You stopped doing that?
Actually, I would never be afraid to die on an aircraft.
That's a whole other subject. That's a podcast right
there.
You
kidding me, dude? I mean, Kobe became more famous. It's kind of like the Emperor, strike me down.
Wait.
Strike me. I tell everybody, tell the pilot to take off.
You think?
If nothing happens, we get there on time. Worst case scenario, we all die in here, and I'm sure our families get some sort of compensation. I've got a decent life insurance policy. Good for them, and it's going to be quick.
We've got 50-some votes
I
already.
don't know anybody that died that long and painful in a aircraft crash.
That's fine. And Sheen and Irvin, that's true. We've got like 50-some votes already in that. I think that maybe we should know. Because I disagree with you, Bob. I don't think Kobe became more famous by dying in a helicopter. I think his level of fame did not change.
I don't know about that.
That's what I mean. It's a great poll.
Once
right
you die, you can't be criticized anymore.
I understand that, but he was already
like easy. I'm like, listen, Kobe Bryant ain't a perfect person. There's plenty there.
Far from it.
But nobody talks about the bad things. You die young, then you're immortalized.
All right, let's do what's got you juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
I'm going to ask you, Bob, to be respectful today and not take the air out of the room, making it impossible for Bodie and I to follow you. Please have something lighthearted today after what the heavy stuff you laid on us yesterday.
Someone actually reached out to me. There's a book about that, so I'm going to buy it. The Jesse Owens and Lose Long, or whatever his name was.
I talked to my dad about it last night, and we were talking about that. And my dad had no idea on that part of the story, either the letters.
The second
and
part, a lot of people know that he helped him and adjusted.
Yes,
but then the follow up about him helping his son and meeting him and the letters. And that's what my parents, my mom and dad actually. I talked to them about it yesterday as well. They, because they didn't know about it.
You got choked up yesterday doing that,
dude. I mean, if you're telling me, like, sports is what's got me juiced? All right, it's Friday. Here we go. We're going to dive right in.
All right.
Because I've always believed that sports, in the military similarly, is the one thing that just strips down all of your personal differences, whether it's, where you're from, what you look like, race, creed, orientation, all those things. Like, because people only care about the results, and they only care about like how you're committed to the process and everything else. We may not be friends, but I can respect and appreciate the way someone works, and especially if I have to rely on them. And so that's why football to me has always been such a great game, because it's so diverse. There's people from all across the country that play. I look at my locker rooms when I was at Ohio State and in the NFL, the type of people I met that I would have never probably had interaction with, from how they grew up, where they were from, just this, their thought process of how they looked at things. And so being able to meet people like that and then judging them based upon their merits, whether or not we were great friends or not, but there's a lot of people that I have a great respect for because of how they worked. And, it's watching the relationship between those two at a time where we were hyper-polarized in the world, obviously with World War II raging, but then also the racial tension and everything that was going on there, and what he had to experience over in Germany for probably befriending and helping Jesse Owens, and what Jesse Owens did on a world stage. Like, those things, they transcend sport.
Yeah.
And really there they transcend life. So it was just a remarkable story to see that, and to have that relationship, and to have Jesse Owens follow up on that, and to be a man that was true to his word with someone else. And so if that's not something that kind of at least makes you have some level of hope in humanity, when right now we don't seem to have a whole lot, then I don't know what the heck you're doing. And so those things give me hope in this world.
Bob, that's the thing too. When I heard you saying this yesterday, when you went through the whole story about it, and I thought about the hope for humanity, and then part of me was almost, I don't want to say depressed, but I was like, that was so damn long ago. I want more stories like that.
There are stories like that.
I know there are, but I want more like that now. You know what I mean? I love hearing the story, and it does. I think, what? You look at what that right there, the power of that. I don't know if we have stories, Bob, with that kind of power as far as with where the world was at, with Germany, with Hitler, with what happened after that, with everything. It is hard to replicate or come close to that in a moment. There are moments, yes, where I see things and I read things regarding sports, and it's like, yes, I believe in human beings because of this. What was the thing? Didn't Caleb Downs just do something? He flew back, and I know Caleb Downs does some charity work also, but I remember seeing something like the day after the Washington game, maybe 2 days after, something he was doing, how important it was to him. But I see things like that, very important. And I'm not belittling that, but I'm just saying, like, the things, though, so those things do definitely make me have more faith in humanity.
Yeah.
But something like this that happened so long ago, I don't know how we could possibly find something on that magnitude again.
I get you. And they're out
You
there.
probably don't want it, right?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Like, one of the greatest times.
Let's have another war.
9/11. How many times in 9/11 did we see great things that gave us faith in humanity? I'm not asking another 9/11.
Red bandana.
And it's sad because I feel like if that happened today, it would just be like, well, it's the Democrats' fault, or well, it's the Republicans' fault, whatever your side on. And you're like, God.
Well,
dang,
or
people,
you can watch people get stabbed on a subway and everybody sit there and just watch.
Right.
And so that's where I lose a little faith.
Sure.
This actually helps enhance the faith and save the faith. Last night, what's amazing, gosh, I wish I would have brought it. Hold on, I took a picture of it. So last night I got a chance. What else has me juiced? I mean, there's football tonight, football this weekend. All that stuff is great. Former teammate of mine, Tyson Gentry, obviously he got paralyzed, at Ohio State, and I got a chance to see him yesterday in the Woody Hayes after I was working out. We did an event last night, the Adaptive Sports Boundless Bash, where they raised money for, obviously, like folks with disabilities, whether they're born with them, whether they received them in war.
Sure.
However, I mean, you'd be riding your bike like one of the ladies that was there that actually spoke to us in 2005 and got paralyzed. A tree branch fell on her.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, you want to talk about crazy. And so she came and spoke to us, and this was before Tyson's injury, an incident, and they had us write. She goes, can you guys write some things on for people battling through some of this stuff as they're going? We put together all these different things, and it's unbelievable. And there's a picture of her and Tyson. Last night they put it on the board, and he had written on his card to some people over at the hospital who are struggling, said, never give up, no matter how much adversity you have. You can always overcome any adversity. A lot of people believe in you. And for him to write that about a year before he became paralyzed,
right?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And so they had that. He has that. He has an unbelievable outlook on life. It's an unbelievable story. I'm so happy to see that he's doing well. And I told him, as I spoke last night, my dad would tell me a story about when he was, he tells it so well, I scarcely believe it's true. Whatever the game was when they beat the Chargers with the Oilers, 78 maybe?
78, I think it was, yes.
Wild card game. They're playing Dan Pouts and the Chargers and this great offense.
Don't say Dan Pouts.
And Earl Campbell was hurt. Bodie, they had like 4 of their best players out for the Oilers. They're big underdogs. They go there. My dad's like, it's his 10 to start. And I don't know. I think the story's a little hazy, but I think like during practice, this is why I always tell people get the balls off the ground. Like it's like maybe the Friday walkthrough or something. Steps on a football that was like he wasn't paying attention. Someone left it out as he's walking, rolls his ankle. Goes to the hospital. This is supposed to be my chance to start. Big play, second year. Earl's out. I'm going to be the guy in the playoffs. He was like, go in there. I'm sitting there crying, feeling sorry for myself. Because back then, you go to the hospital, I'm sitting there, kind of in my own room, and I remember this kid comes in screaming. And screaming about my foot, it hurts. And he's looking, there's blood everywhere. They'll run this guy to the ER. And he goes, about 30 seconds later, they come running in, and in a cooler is a foot. And my dad always told the story. He would tell us this during football, and he's like, you know what? A lot of times to feel sorry for yourself and adversity and all these different things in life. He was like, got my ass out of there and walked out. And he's like, I always wanted to, like, and he goes, I didn't get shot up before the game. He goes, I wanted to feel that because watching that kid, who he said his name was Billy, his mom's trying to comfort him, and he goes, I wanted to feel it that whole game, knowing after what happened to that kid and that he would never be the same the rest of his life. And so I said last night, there were times in the NFL where you feel sorry for yourself. You probably shouldn't. You've got a lot of great things going. You get hurt. Things happen, all these different stuff. You're like, man, why me? Why me? Why me? You know, this and that. And I remember thinking one time and looking at that like, back's bothering me, hamstring growing, whatever it is. And I remember thinking like, I was in the stadium when Tyson got paralyzed. And I remember thinking like, I've watched a number of guys get backboarded and it was always just precautionary. It's like, I probably am pretty lucky to have this. And so let's just embrace it for what it is. Understand it's suboptimal, but it's impossible to be grateful and unhappy at the same time. So understand that there's a level of gratitude coming out there with all of those different things. And Tress expressed that was always in the winner's manual. And so that kind of being the full circle story for my dad to me to Tyson, all those different things. Had some stuff I wanted to play, but that was a long story. That's got me juiced today.
We're going to call an audible here, Bob. We're not doing
AJ
else.
coming up next. I'm sorry I chewed up all the time.
No, you're good. AJ comes up next. We will do that. Morning Juice.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
They will resume normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technologies, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics, to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
We built a brand new studio just for Bobby, and Tito has already ruined it just by being here.
I'm pregnant.
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, final segment of the program. We'll get to AJ in just a moment. Bobby, I want to tell you that in the chat, what did I get here? I got that Bobby's crushing these past 2 days. This is from Kyle. Can make it his own segment from now on, talking about what's got you juiced. Emily says, Tito, you need to go first for Morning Juice. Bobby's impossible to follow up. Justin said, Bobby's got me crying before I go into work. I responded to Emily. Bobby is very transparent and tells such great stories, but he's also kind of selfish for making it impossible to follow. Just to let you know, Bob, that's where I'm at on this one. And John says you're a good man. So anyway, selfish, but a good man, because you totally made it impossible for anybody to do what's got you juiced after that one. But well done. We do appreciate that. Let's hear from our good friend AJ.
Achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
AJ, with almost every guest we've talked to this week, I have asked the question, because it's homecoming week. Were you on the homecoming court in high school? And was your wife a homecoming queen candidate in high school?
Oh, for sure.
Yes. Myself, I was not. No, I was not. I don't even know how the homecoming situation worked when I was in high school. There was always a homecoming king and queen. I'm not even sure if I even knew who they were, who won. But my wife, yeah, I believe she won. She was homecoming queen, I believe, whatever it was. They did like a big deal. They did like a little parade, I guess, and at her freshman year in college, she comes back, and sorry, I just turned left, almost got T-boned right there.
That's okay. It's good radio.
She comes back and did a whole thing, I think, her freshman year in college. So it was a big deal, I guess, for her. For Centerville, where I came from, maybe I just had my blinders on. I didn't really pay attention.
Look,
hold on. Yeah. Was the Golden Boy homecoming in the homecoming court? Because I feel like maybe not you, AJ, but the Golden Boy, Mr. Ryan Hawk, probably had a better shot at it.
Yeah, you're speaking of one of my older brothers. No, I don't think so. I don't think he had any idea either. Yeah, I don't know how they did it back then. I don't know who voted. I think they did something when we would go in, we would warm up the homecoming game. We'd go in the locker room for 15, 20 minutes. I think they did it all right then, so I was blind to all of it.
AJ, if you do get clipped a little bit, like on the rear end, it'll be good radio. Don't get hurt, but I'm saying that would be good content. I'm not asking you to get in an accident, but you don't have to avoid them either. What was it that Schlag's wife won? Was it Miss Fire, Miss Blaze?
She said she was Mrs. Was it Mrs. Flame?
Mrs. Flame or Mrs. Blaze?
There was something
I think it was Miss Flame.
Miss Flame.
Mrs. Flame. Miss
I don't
Flame.
even know what that means.
Okay, Schlag's wife is Miss Flame. Do you think it's more prestigious to be a homecoming queen or Miss Flame?
I mean, Miss Flame sounds like that's the pinnacle of all these competitions, right? So, yeah, I think Steph might have it. That sounds pretty serious. And hopefully she got some cash reward, too.
It sounds like Miss Flame's part of a wet T-shirt contest, so let's be honest.
Yeah.
If you win Miss Flame, it's like there's some other stripper up there that won an award also.
Hey, talent is talent, I guess.
I got you.
I don't know. I'm not sure how it works. Yeah.
Age, do you feel, my dad would always tell me this, and it was interesting, I'm guessing, are you driving out to Indy right now?
Yeah.
Do you feel like your sports ability, your vision, your reflexes, and all of that make you a better driver out on the highway than just the average person?
Absolutely. Being an athlete helps you with everything in the world, everything in life. And that's the thing. Unfortunately, you can't really teach athleticism to people. It's just kind of with you. You can hone it and make yourself better, I think. But, yeah, even though people consider me to be a terrible driver, I mean, they teach their own. They all have their own opinion. I feel like I'm a great driver, aggressive driver, and I use all of the road. But, yes, I think for sure how you see things. I think playing linebacker, playing defense, I remember Luke Fickle telling us, hey, when you're driving, don't just look at the car in front of you. Look 3, 4, 5 cars in front of you. Have big vision. And I think that's a real thing, that you got to have some big vision. I can see stuff. I've always said, I've always had an unhealthy confidence in my peripheral vision, and I think that helps me a lot as a driver, too.
Well, what's weird about that, and people don't know this, AJ actually drives wearing a football helmet. He's got a Packers helmet on right now while he's driving to get in the mood for how to, anticipate things, which impressive in some ways, but also affects your peripheral vision, I would think, as well, AJ. You've made the drive to Indy so many times now. I know it's an easy drive just across 70 there. Do you find yourself sometimes getting bored because it's like you could almost autopilot it?
Yeah. It's that whole thing. Every once in a while, you kind of look up and you realize, oh man, I don't know what happened the last 25 miles. I don't even remember driving.
Where am I?
That happens sometimes. But yeah, I do find myself that I've stopped at the same Loves and different gas station truck stops. Every time I think, I'm like, hey, I'm going to try a new one. I'm going to go into a different gas station this time, whether it's on the way there or back. And I always stay. I'm in the same spots. I've gotten to know all the people that work there.
Of course.
I always at these truck stops. I tell you what, they always
meet a lot of people at truck stops, AJ.
No, the gas station. I'm saying inside. They always give me with the trinkets. I'm always buying little lighters that are like machine gun lighters.
The old smoke,
for my kids and stuff. Yeah.
The lighters for the kids. That's a good idea, AJ. Sometimes when you're making that drive, a good deer running in front of you. Not saying hit it, but that will wake you up if you've got to react.
That would definitely wake me up very quickly if I I hit something. But hey, knock on wood, so I drive a bigger car. I like to be elevated. So if something does happen, hopefully I'm a little safer being elevated in a bigger vehicle.
When you're coming back, you're driving. Now the sun's at your back, so you don't really have to worry about it quite as much. But that 3 o'clock, sun's starting to set. It's probably about 5 as you're cruising back through there. I mean, how is that going? You say you kind of phase out. I mean, do we still have the engagement element where we're having a hard time maybe fully staying awake all the time?
Yes, that's a real situation. Yeah, and even though I'm not driving into the sun, that sun at that angle, when it's, especially now when it gets dark by like 7:30 almost, I'm not scared to pull up the side of the highway and sleep for like 20 minutes, and that'll get me going, give me the energy the next hour to drive home, I think. But I've found a good way to manage it. Usually I'm okay, but I'll leave Indy and about an hour and a half into the drive. That's when every once in a while it'll creep up on me and just my body wants to shut down and take a quick nap. So if that happens, I listen to my body and I'll take a 15-minute pit stop.
AJ, one of the guys in the chat, John Hicks, said we need to get a segment with you called AJ's Lot Lizards. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, that's a bold
Next
statement.
level?
Who is it, Mr. John Hicks? Yeah, I have heard that is a thing. It's never anything that I really tried to dabble or tried to look into any further personally. But hey, everybody's got something, right? I can't judge what people enjoy, whether either side of it.
Okay, we put out a poll question earlier today, and I think it's pretty remarkable. And Thitoff asked me earlier, would I rather be Charlie Sheen, of Charlie Sheen's life, or Roger Staubach's? And I said, that's easy, man. It's Roger Staubach. Like Super Bowls, great player at Navy, all the different accolades. He's from Cincinnati, great man. I said, here's the better question. Would you rather have had Michael Irvin's life or Charlie Sheen's life?
Wow. That's a great hypothetical. So when you presented that question, Bob, I thought you said it was a no-brainer. You'd want Charlie Sheen's life because that dude, he seems to be doing well. I know he's like 8 years sober. He's got a book out. I saw him do the rounds on different shows and podcasts. He seems to be doing great right now. But Michael Irvin, man, I wish the juice that Michael Irvin brings to anything, any event he's at. Bobby, you have a Michael Irvin element to you because you definitely, like 100%, wherever you go, you want everyone to have a good time and you just want to have fun, and you bring the juice. You remember when we went, you came with me to go see, Mark Roberge over at my brother's event. He's playing, and the whole place is sitting here watching this guy play unbelievable music, but they're all kind of like, I don't know if we should dance or what, but Bob doesn't care. Bob walks in, the first song he hears, Bob's up there doing 360 dances, making you created the dance floor pretty much. Next thing I know, there's like 50 people out there having fun dancing. So you bring the juice, Bob.
We've got the Ask AJ segment here. Someone wants to know, and I appreciate it, AJ. I'm actually going to go see him. We're playing the crazy game of hockey, Nationwide Arena, or down at the Ice House. 1:30. It's to raise money for the Johnny Matthew Godot Foundation. OAR, Mark was playing. They're playing tonight at Kemba Live, AJ. If you want to swing on down, our buddy Jerry DePizzo on the sax. He came on the show Wednesday to help promote everything for this weekend. So feel free to shoot me a text if you want to go back. And they said they put that bathroom in the stairwell for you that you were looking for a couple years back as well. But don't worry, someone actually brought that up to me about 6 months ago. Someone wants to know, and Emily in the chat, do Arvell or Sonny remind you of any former Ohio State linebackers, yourself included?
No, those guys are absolute freaks. I mean, maybe you could think of a couple guys with the size and the speed that these guys have. It's just like it's wild to me, and they both seem to be very, very smart and football savvy and have great instincts. But no, it's hard to compare when you see these just physical freaks that also can move and break down in space and make it's wild to me. I have a lot of fun watching these guys, honestly.
Little Italy, you gave marital advice to Little Italy. We were out there at Ohio State practices. Chimes in. Is there another bird of prey name you would want for your last name other than Hawk?
Oh.
Falcon.
There's Iron Eagles with J.J. Watt, right?
Yeah.
Eagles, all right. What else you got? Condor? Is it Condor count?
Yeah, I guess so.
Osprey, Falcon.
That's all right. Falcon's kind of a cool last name if anyone has Falcon for the last name.
do you agree with me that calling, if your name is spelled I-A-N and you call it Ion, you're kind of pretentious?
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you there. It does seem a bit weird. When did did your parents start calling you Ian from day one or Ian? Like, I don't know. That's why, especially if it changes when you're like 30. I mean, the real question is, if your name's Richard, but you go by Dick, when did you make that transition to Dick? Like that, my Uncle Dick Newland, he's the greatest Ohio State fan of all time. I've never asked him, hey, when did you transition from Richard to Dick? And he's never told me.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you this, and this is a God's honest truth. I have an uncle on my mom's side. His first name is Richard. He goes by Dick. His last name, I swear to you, is Fry.
I like that.
Okay.
He is Dick Fry.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. When did all of a sudden, when they were calling roll in school, they say, "Oh, Richard Fry"? He said, "Actually, it's Dick. Thank you. Like, I'm going by Dick now." Like, that's a big day in that guy's life.
Hey, in my life, by the way, first wife and second wife, they both have abbreviated. They've like shortened Jeff to Dick.
That's a good one. Good for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Age, we appreciate the time, sir. Have safe 2-foot driving all the way to and from Indianapolis. And hopefully you'll make another shot today for another great cause. Last week, I think it was for no more injuries in all of sports. I don't know what Pat will conjure up today, but hopefully you got that magic touch.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll see. It didn't work because everybody's getting hurt at all levels. So, yeah, we'll figure something out today.
You're the man, Age. 10-2 on the road there, buddy. Take care.
All right. Thanks, guys.
That was AJ Hawk. Thanks for the Ask AJ. That was good.
Well, just keeping him awake. AJ's got a tendency, while I do agree with him, his peripheral vision is great. And
but the helmet, though, doesn't that affect it? Does he have the visor? Does he have a dark visor on his helmet while he's driving?
No.
Okay.
But he does fall. He does have a tendency to fall asleep a lot. To the point where, I mean, he's made that drive at least to Dayton, that leg of it a ton, because obviously he's from Centerville. Sure. And one time we were driving back to Centerville. This was as adults. We were going to a banquet together over there that his brother had asked us to go to. I think it was actually for their high school. And I was tired. You know, you got wake up early, working out, kids, a lot of things going on. So he was driving. So I'm like, all right, man, like, we're good enough friends. I'll fall asleep with you in the car. I don't care.
Right.
Like, problem was he took that same liberty. We started in the right lane.
Hey.
We woke up. We're on the rumble tracks on the left lane. And I go, what the heck? And he goes, oh, it's really windy out here. I'm like, so we got blown a lane and a half over? He's like, yeah, it's really windy. I'm like, dude, you're asleep too. Don't give me this crap.
Great. That's awesome.
Oh, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's amazing that he is a great driver. Yes. Yes.
Look, hey, it's amazing any of us are still with us. Thanks to all the juicers. We love you in the chat. Thanks for participating and Ask AJ and everything. Thanks to Lee Sterling today and AJ Hawk for joining us. Folks, we're coming back on Monday with Morning Juice. We're going to celebrate a Buckeye win. Morning Juice.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. An NBA Titan changes hands for a jaw-dropping $6.1 billion. The Boston Celtics, long a symbol of hardwood glory, have been sold to a group led by investor Bill Chisholm. The Celtics owners paid $360 million for the team in 2002 and are now getting a 17x return. A record-setting sale that proves the value of sports continues to skyrocket. Here's Chuck Moore, the CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses with a return on their investment.
Thanks, Bobby. We truly value our partners in this community and work with them side by side to help maximize their return on investment. We live and work in Central Ohio. We want to see it flourish, just like all of you.
Exactly, Chuck. Our partners come to us and stay with us because of our dedication to helping them grow and the amazing products we offer. Our experienced bankers and our local processing and underwriting will help you get things done faster, allowing you to seize opportunities as they come up.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers. Through CPR education and access to AEDs, nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Wrinkles, gray hair, and hearing loss are common signs of getting older. But being short of breath, having tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing are not. If you are experiencing these symptoms, You may be one of the millions of people who are living with a condition called COPD but don't know it. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, talk to your doctor and visit copdfoundation.org today.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS-FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination.
Kid legend? Wait for it. Gary. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly.
Time to get it going. The Friday morning good time edition of the Daily Tip on the BetMGM Network. Thank you for waking up with us. Always love having you along for the ride on this Friday. Coming up, we'll cover everything from Thursday Night Football to yesterday's playoff baseball action, including a brilliant performance from a Yankees rookie. Pick 6 coming your way in 20 minutes, our favorite plays on the gridiron, and then we wrap things up with a Dongster at 8:40. I'm Michael Jenkins. She is Chelsea Messenger. Welcome to our audience on Stadium as we stream our final hour. We're doing that on X as well. And if you want to stream us, you can do so by going to BallySportsLive.com or downloading the Bally Sports Live app. Last night, out west, the Niners outlast the Rams in overtime, Chelsea, 26-23. The Niners getting 8.5 points. Niners plus 350, total set at 44 and a hook, the overhits. The Niners were so short-handed going into this game. No Brandon Ayuk, no Ricky Pearsall, no Juwan Jennings, no George Kittle, and yet they still have CMC.
Playing good football. In a 16-minute beatdown, and the pass is caught by McCaffrey for the touchdown.
That is Al Michaels on Amazon Prime. Christian McCaffrey, 8 catches, 82 yards, and a score while rushing 22 times for 57 yards. The Rams did have a chance to put this game away in regulation, but Kyron Williams fumbles at the Niners'